and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is just an update of my training. I haven't done one of these videos for a couple of weeks now because if you've been following the channel, I've been doing a 4-week rehabilitation program on my left medial meniscus, and my left knee has been giving me quite a bit of pain. So the amount of running went down drastically after having a bit of a tumultuous year with some stomach problems and whatnot. I finally got that sorted during the summer and then was just back up to running. Had managed to get up to 70k a week for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then I did this little bit of damage to my knee, so my running went off the cliff again. So this year as a whole hasn't been the most positive of years. It started off quite well. I did that little 5-mile race in January in Raheny, and that went quite well compared to considering where I was in terms of my fitness at the time. And then a couple of weeks after that I did a half marathon, which really surprised me. I think I did it in 1:34. I was expecting to get around 1:38. So I could see my fitness was gradually beginning to build again. And then from there, just literally the anemia kicked in again, and with that stomach issue and everything went backwards. So the last couple of weeks have just been all about rehabilitating that knee. I've been doing lots of kind of easy strength and conditioning in between patients and work, before work, after work, and I've been ticking over my running. Like I pointed out in some of those videos, when you're trying to rehab a sore joint, we sometimes think that we kind of go from where we didn't have pain and now we have pain, and we're trying to get back to where we don't have pain again. And I explained in some of those videos that model is probably not the best model of recovery to follow. What I do and what I try and do with all my patients and promote in my clinic is to try and find out what function you have across that limb, whatever the place is that's sore. For me, it was my left knee, and then promote whatever function you have. So I knew I was able to run probably for about 5 or 6 minutes at the start, and I was doing just that. And then some days that was a little bit too much, it was sore, but day on day, week on week, it was getting a little bit better. I gradually brought it up to 20 minutes each day, and then once I got to the 20 minutes, I was probably doing 5 days a week of just 20 minutes, and then the following week did the 5 days of 20 minutes, but maybe 1 or 2 of the days tried to bring it up to 35 minutes. Managed to get a couple of 35-minute runs done, and then 2 weeks ago I managed to get I think I did a 45-minute run on the Sunday, and then last week I managed a 65-minute run on Sunday. So today I'm just about to head off now. I get my run in for today. The plan today is to try and get an hour. It's Friday, just try and get an hour done. Really easy. Had a nice little run last night, 5k just after work on the way home. Just stopped my car and ran in the dark, just did 5k, and that felt pretty good. So I think last week I was up to about 42 kilometers. So this week it's the 4th week of doing this rehabilitation stuff, and I think I'm going to be up around I should get around 50k for the week, I would imagine. And that would mean that the 4 phase or the 4 week of rehabilitation has worked pretty well, because next week I should be able to get up around that 60, 65, maybe even 70 kilometers next week, and then from there just start to build again. Tomorrow morning I have our club are doing a race series, and tomorrow morning we have our it's a 5k park run. It's on the race series, so I'm gonna rock up to that. I as much as I would like to try and give it a little bit of a whirl, I wouldn't, because I just don't have the confidence that the knee would be able to run fast for 5 kilometers. I could probably do, in the middle I might do 1 or 2 kilometers quick, or I might just go and try and just run under 25 minutes. I think I'd be kind of happy if I went under 25 minutes. In fact, I'd probably do around 23.5 minutes. I say I could be somewhere in around that. And then I think 2 weeks after that, or the first weekend of December, I have the Jingle Bells run, which is in the Phoenix Park. So on that race I should have my fitness back up, my knee should be pretty much fully recovered, and I should have done maybe 1 or 2 little workouts. So on that race I'm going to give myself the goal now and say that in that race I'm going to try and break 22.5 minutes, and if I do that, then maybe before the end of the year try and get under that 21 minutes, and then early in the new year get under 20 minutes again in the 5k. I have that Raheny 5 mile coming up in January. I know these things come around so quick, and I'm gonna do that half marathon that I did last year. I'm gonna do that again this year, and then that should set me up then for a spring marathon. I would hope to try and find a spring marathon. I'm still thinking about that Newport marathon in Wales. I would like to try and do that, and if I do get into it, the objective that would just be to get a PB. So my fastest marathon to date is 3:08:54, give or take a second or two, to try and get in shape to try and have a go at doing a PB in a race, in a marathon, and then maybe try and do another marathon in the summer. And then myself and a few lads are definitely next year, I mean it's more than a year away, we're going to go and do Valencia, and that will be a sub 3 hour attempt. But for now the training is going well, the fitness is starting to come back, I'm starting to feel really confident with my running, starting to feel confident with my knee. My knee, like I said, it's almost fully recovered. There is a little bit of pain when I run, but the golden thing is that it's not so bad. Like this is what I said in the videos, don't focus on the pain, focus on building confidence in the limb. There is a bit of pain when I run, but when I finish, the pain almost goes away as soon as I stop, and certainly 24 hours later there is no pain. So that's a clear indication that there isn't any tissue damage, that a lot of the pain now is just sensitivity and kind of vulnerability from when the tissue damage was there. So overall things are moving in a good direction, feeling very positive. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to getting these couple of little races done over the next couple of weeks, and then really I'm going to really try and target that Raheny 5 mile, get a good time in that. Probably I'll try and look to PB that, because I don't have a particularly good PB in that race or in a 5 mile, so I might this year, if I can get myself fit, but probably more importantly, I need to lose a lot of weight. I picked up quite a few kilos over the last couple of months. A little bit of comfort eating because I couldn't run, and then when I did get back to running and then had this little meniscal tear, it was easy to slip back into that comfort eating. So yeah, I'll try and tidy up my diet between now and Christmas, and then have a blowout around that Christmas week, and then get back on track, and that gives me about 4 weeks before that Raheny 5 mile. So overall things are going well, overall things are moving in the right direction. I'll try and do an update video next week in terms of exactly what it is I'm doing in terms of running, and then talk about how I'm going to structure it leading forward. But for now, remember guys, run far, run fast, but most of all, run sensible.